Let me this time unmute myself before I start the stream. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the stream. Woo! New week, new energy. Right, few updates. As you may have seen, the title of the stream has changed because I will be shifting focus a bit from now on. I'll quickly make sure, by the way, that the music isn't too loud because it even feels kind of loud inside my ears. So as I said, the um, the focus of the stream will shift a bit from enhanced math, which is in a state where I'm happy at this point. I'm not saying it's finished, far from, but it's stable and the state is kind of good, or is where I at least wanted it to be as minimum viable package. So for now, we'll leave that behind us, and I lost my train of thought. We'll leave that behind us, and we'll shift to a new project. So, um, I'm just quickly changing the volume again because I think it's kind of loud, and I think I also forgot to turn it on this scene. Anyway, then what will I be working on? Well, let me quickly show you in chat. If you type in projects with an exclamation mark in front, you get the two other commands which I'm using, enhancedmath and SpaceOdyssey. And now you might be wondering, what the hell is SpaceOdyssey, dude? Well, if we use the command SpaceOdyssey, then you can see that my friend and I have dipped our toes into game development, and we are trying to make a simple mobile game. And that's what we're working on today. SpaceOdyssey. We've never done game dev. Let me preface by saying this, that we never done game dev. This is our first project ever. This is our first time using Godot. There will be lots of mistakes, but I'm hoping you guys could help me out when coding in Godot, because I could use some help. That being said, I think it's a very enjoyable engine. I played around a bit with Unity before, but nah, that's not for me. I didn't enjoy the Unity experience, and I don't enjoy Unity as a company. So we stick to Godot for now. That being said, let's switch over to our engine here. But before we can get started with the coding, I have to review a pull request. Okay, I suddenly don't hear any music anymore. Why is this? The music's gone. And it's not coming back. Okay. I have no clue if you hear anything at this point, to be honest. You know what? It's fine. Technical difficulties on the stream. If you don't hear any music, let me know and I'll try to fix it. I see some audio levels from Spotify coming out, so it should be fine, even though I'm not hearing any music whatsoever. But without further ado, we'll just dive straight into this merge request or pull request or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so my mate, you might have seen him lurking in the chat here and there, Bilbo, has added a death screen and restart functionality to further develop and enhance the game loop that we've created so far. Okay, let's see. He auto-loaded a scene handler. I'll quickly go auto load singletons. Powerful flexible. Discord entry. To solve use cases. Persist. Simple and your scene get put. Okay. So it's a singleton pattern, which is more than fine by me. Okay. So we have our scene manager, which is a auto load or singleton. Okay. Then the dev scene itself has a layout with 3. If you anchors press it, preset, dev scene, and then the restart, game over, and the restart button. So we've got this button, we've got this text. We've got the we've got the button and the text. We got our signals connected. Okay. The button, when pressed, goes to the game scene again, because this is the restart button. Exactly. Looks good. The spaceship has a health component, and on hurt box, if he takes damage, that's an int, and the death, when he dies, the tree is paused and the scene handler goes to game over. Seems logical to me. We have an extra signal, the death signal. Okay. And then the scene manager in Godot extends a node, and the current node is null. Already we get the root of our tree, which would be the game scene, and then the current scene is the get get child count -1. So it's the last. It's the last child, I'm guessing. Our game scene here. That's it. This thing should be the last child. Okay. On a game over, we go to the deferred go to a scene, which is the dev scene, and go to scene, call deferred, go to dev scene, path, okay, and then the deferred go to scene, freeze a current scene, which means removing it. We load the resource with a new path. We instantiate the resource. We add it to the tree. We unpause the tree, and then the current scene becomes the actual current scene. Okay. At first sight, this looks okay to me. I don't really have much to say, so I'll review it. Review changes. Looks good to me, so let's approve it. Okay. Now, what we will be doing today. If we take a quick look at our Trello board, you can see that some things have already been implemented, and some things are still in review, in progress, etc. The first proof of concept we want to deliver is in the beginning of June, and we just set some goals for ourselves to work towards, because we think Well, since it's our first project, since it's our first ever game being developed, we didn't go too big on the proof of concept scope. Basically, we just want the main functionality of our game loop in place and some slight art. The ship, because SpaceOdyssey, you might have guessed it's about spaceships. Well, it's basically a survival game, but not in the typical sense that you need to gather resources. Um, it's a bullet hell without bullets, if that makes sense. Anyway, it'll become clear later on. But so the spaceship or your spaceship art, that's what we wanted to include already into the proof of concept. Which doesn't get a high prio, but I love some pixel arting, so I might do that today on stream. Although it's at the very bottom of the prio list. But as you can see, our player attacks are what I have to work on. So the player can deck out his or her spaceship with guns. Each gun has their own characteristic. The ship should fire automatically, homing bullets in the direction that the ship is facing. On impact, the bullets deal damage to the enemies. Okay, so when I quickly run the game, you can see. Don't look at the art, by the way. The art is scuffed. We know, but it'll get better. It'll get better. For now, it's just very quickly some placeholder art in which the triangle is we as a ship. We can control the ship with the joy. What's it called? The joystick with the joystick controller, and the tiny blobs are the enemies that spawn around us. Again, I want to stress this. This is placeholder art. This is not how the final game is going to look, because if that were the case, it would look really ugly. Anyway, as you can see, they are constantly trying to find their way towards a spaceship. What I now want to do is, when I leave, all enemies are on the right. So, and I'm pointing towards the right. Well, I'm going to the left, but say I'm going to the right towards them. I want to fire bullets now that pathfind their way to the enemy. And on hit, deal damage. Okay. That means that we might have to create a new component. I'm thinking, right? We make a pathfinding component, because both the small enemies and the bullets have to be homing towards a target. And I think maybe we could add the target as a section in the properties of the spaceship. Not in the spaceship, of the small enemy. Let's say, for example, here as well, the hurt box needs no, it's the hurt box. The hurt box needs a, where is it? The hurt box should need a health component. The hurt box component should need a health component, right? Okay, it does not. The hitbox also does not have a health component. Okay, I thought, or it's emit. Okay. Uh, I'm slightly confused. I am slightly confused. Okay, so the enemy itself, the AI movement, this has to be renamed definitely because it's not AI movement. It's the AI in general. Okay. So the AI in general has a health component and subscribes to the signal of the hurtbox component. Okay. As you can see, this is the path finding algorithm. I think I think it should be doable to think this should be doable. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. We'll make a new component. Create new folder. Pathfinding component. Okay. And within the pathfinding component, I want to create. No, I don't want to create anything there yet. I want the small enemy, and here I want to add a. I think I want the character body. That's the thing. I think the pathfinding component should extend character body. And then we can use the pathfinding component here. Hmm. The thing is, I need access to velocity, right? And I think velocity only exists on the character body. But it seems weird to put two character bodies inside one another. And we also have a lot of arrows. Okay. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Pathfinding components. Grid based on mesh based navigating. But I don't want grid based navigating. You know what? I don't see it at this point. I don't see it. I'm gonna remove the component. I don't lose all. Okay. The thing is, he's still complaining about trying to open pathfinding GD. So where is a reference to pathfinding? Nowhere. Failed to load resource. Attempted to open script. Yeah, okay. Failed to load resource. I get it, I get it. But where is the resource? And where is the reference to the resource? Nowhere. Lovely. Um is this error? Emit single signal P error calling signal from area enters to callable. This is not good either. Always the same error. It's not changing anything. It's not changing anytime soon. Okay. 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 And that's when our probably if we reset shit. Yeah. It's probably when I get touched, right? Yes, this time it's only Australian 40. Yeah. Okay, so okay. The on area entered, but this also has a on. No, this has no on area entered. So search is the signal. Start the time is set collision disabled true. Will convert argument of and one from object to object. I think this has something to do with the fact that our small enemy has a hurt box and a hitbox. Which, if we take a look at it, is literally just stacked on top of one another. Because we're working with a circle. If this were an actual enemy, we could specifically say where the hurt and hit boxes are. Because I think what's happening here is we expect a hitbox component, and for the hitbox components, he does the right thing, but he also, on area entered, the other ones, the hurtbox components, also enter the area. But I think this was fixed because of the type definition we passed along. Anyway, I'll quickly send a screenshot to my mates and I'll let them know that something has gone wrong. Okay. I think it's best he debugs this. He implemented hurt and hitbox. He knows more about it than I do. We've got our spaceship. I'm gonna create some order here. There's be a. Will we call it a bullet though? Different guns, but a machine gun or a shotgun has other properties than a plasma gun, a ray gun, a laser gun. But I'm guessing everything that they fire can be seen as a bullet. So yeah, yes, bullets. Okay, let's create a bullet type and then a which two is a machine gun and plasma gun. So we will also create gun, 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 guns. I'm gonna create guns and bullets, and within there, bullets. In here, we can create a new folder called the machine gun, and then the ray. No, it's gonna be a laser gun to start off with. Okay. And then we do the same structure for guns. We have a machine gun, and a laser gun. Okay, okay. Right. A bullet. A bullet is a character body. So I don't want on the node, I want a character body 2D. But I want this to be, never mind. Let's delete node. And let's start from a character poly 2D. And we call this the bullet. And I want to save this. Would be okay. Let's see. Okay, never mind then. Okay, the bullet needs a rigid. The thing is, how can I make this shared? Because the hitbox and the sprite should be not shared. The effects should be shared, right? Well, it's script. Extend node. I don't know what I need to extend here. Create a new window. And the door as well. Okay. Dude, yesterday and the day before it was going so smooth, and now all of a sudden it feels like I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. Which is I guess expected when you just start out, right? But oh, what the hell, dudes? I'm slightly panicking. Okay, let's just take a minute, breathe, slow down. What do I want a bullet to have? I want the bullets to deal damage. But the enemy spaceships, these small spaceships, if we go to characters and we go to enemies, they have movement speed, but they also already have damage. But what am I saying? These guns are not for the enemies, they are for us. And right now we only have a hurt box. Of course. And so this is what I can do. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Bullet. Add a child node. A hitbox. Hitbox component. There we go. And the hitbox component needs a shape again. I don't know. I don't think we can actually. I don't think we can create a single shared scene. I think we can create the script for it, but not a single shared screen because it's too dependent on it. So, this extends a character body 2D. Class name of bullets. Okay, and so our bullets have two properties at this point. We have our damage, which is indeed, and we export piercing, which is a boolean. Maybe I'll even call it is piercing. Okay. Spell this max damage. And then let's damage, which is also an integer. Okay, my function on already. We do damage is max damage. I don't want to save the scene, dude. I want to throw away the scene and not save it. I want to save the bullets script. Okay. And then we can actually create, because now we do create a new scene, and this is a character body 2D, and we call this the machine gun bullet, and the machine gun bullet has a hitbox. The machine gun bullet also needs a collision shape. Shape must be provided, but we first need some art or some simple bullets for it, because this also needs a collision shape. This should be shareable. I think if I create a collision shape on the bullet, the hitbox should use this collision shape. I think this should be shareable. I also want a sprite 2D because I don't think this will be animated. Okay. And then the machine gun bullets can get the bullet script, meaning I can say if this is piercing and this deals 5 damage. Okay. Yes. And now I can save this thing as a scene under Not under here. Go back up. Back up one. Under. No, yeah, under scenes, under game, under characters. This is the bullet, so it's the machine gun bullet. Okay. Machine gun bullet. Yes. I'm thinking of doing a quick bullet in a sprite, but we haven't decided on the aspect ratios and sizes of anything yet. So I think I'll just leave it for now and open up Paint. And get out the drawing tablet. To draw a fabulous and fantastic okay. Never mind. I don't know how I can get my drawing tablet connected to the second monitor. I'm working only on the second monitor. So for now, let's just leave it as is. And let's use the good old mouse. Okay. We don't have green yet, right? So let's just this is where you get to see how much of an artist I am / we are. Okay, so I want a small bullet. Then make it a bit bigger. Such amazing art, dude. You've never seen anything like this. Oh my god, this is the best bullet you've ever seen. This art is just straight up impressive. I know. What the hell is this thing, dude? What is this? What is this? Can I cheat and use some shapes? No, I don't. Okay, I'll just. Whoop. There we go. How big is this thing? Big enough. Okay. Same as. I think it's a very chunky bullet, to be honest. Anyway, we move. This is the bullet.png saved and the desktop. Sure. I want to remove the background of this bullet. Upload a file. Desktop bullets. Let's go. Eject. Okay. I was thinking, where is the bullet? But it's in the topmost corner. Okay. Good. Then I'll just quickly. Downloads and then I should have a bullet in there. Bullet.png. Okay. And I want to move this to here, and then we go to our assets, our sprites, and I can just let's bullet those. All right. Go back to Godot. We now have in our sprites our bullets. Okay. I want to create a new, I'm guessing, image texture on the sprite. Do I? I want to edit this, as in the animation stuff. If I go to this scene stuff now, and I just zoom all the way in. This is the maximum amount that I can zoom in. I don't know what I'm doing, dude. Let's be honest. I have no clue what I'm doing. Oh god. How do I show this on screen? You know what? Because I don't know how to do this, but I do know how to add an animated sprite. Do sprite frames. There we go. And for the sprite frames, I want to open this up. The sprites, bullets. I want it smaller. Okay, and then our offsets is about 6. And look at this magnificent, horrible ass sprite, dude. Oh god. Right, the shape. I want a new capsule shape. This is our collision shape. This is also our, what does this need? Has no shape. Okay, so what if I just put this under here? But now it says that there is no shape. Okay, I honestly think this thing should probably be the same. But collision shape 2D and this shape is also again a capsule. There we go. Because as you can see, the shapes are exactly the same, dude. Okay. Most scuffed looking bullet ever. Let's go. Let's go. This bullet now has to pathfind. So Has to pathfind, but does it though? Ah, God, that's the thing, right? Does it though? Because for example, shooting the laser gun should just be in a straight line. I don't think it would be nice to see the laser gun shooting throughout the whole screen. Since it's piercing, it stays on screen for a small while. I think that would be so weird to see the laser gun just straight up doing that. So I don't know if we want our bullets to be pathfinding to the enemy. So much decisions to make. Okay, fuck it. Let's quickly go to guns. Let's create a new script there. It's our um, basic or default gun script. Okay. If we open this up, we can leave the ready function. We can also just do this and then we do that for now because that's fine. Our gun. I have no clue what this needs to extend, so for now, node is fine. What do I want to know? I want to export a variable, which is our fire max fire rate, right? Which is an a float, I would say. And then we have our fire rate, which is a float as well. I cannot type for the life of me again today. Float. There we go. And then I think we can just assign them. I don't know why I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why we cannot just immediately use this thing. But I've seen many people do it this way. I've seen many people do it this way. More. Copy. Okay. I just saw what the coffee stream bot typed, but the URLs are blocked, and I thought since it's modded, this should be the case. So I'll note this down again. Some feedback. Coffee bots cannot HTMLs. Okay. Okay. So now we have a gun script. Okay. I think the ship should come loaded with a default gun, which would be the machine gun. But you are able to swap guns. But guns have default bullets though. So I don't want there to be a distinction between, oh, I want the ray gun or the plasma gun with the machine gun bullets. No, the gun and the bullets are linked, but the ship and the guns are not linked yet. Are not linked at all. Okay, how to do this? How to do this? And what do we want the gun to do? We want the gun to fire every so often. So I think this is not physics, or is it physics? Um, is it physics or is it not physics? Is it just process? I don't think it's physics, right? Every delta, every delta times fire rate, we want to emit a fire signal. I'm signal fire. And so every fire rate times delta. No, that's not true. Because we want, if our fire rate increases, that would mean we shoot slower, but it should be the opposite. So it's 1 over the fire rate times delta. So it's delta over the fire rate, which we want. Every delta over fire rate, we want to shoot a bullet. But that's not true, is it? Let's just have a quick look. Godot fire rate. Increasing weapon fire rate beyond frame limits. I use the physics process to check for player input every frame. Okay, one of the key processes I check for is related to firing. Thus, the firing should happen automatically. Use to check if the player is able to fire weapons at the moment or not. Yeah. Okay, closing the window again. They're really people now. I'll just leave it slightly open. Okay, okay. And so he uses a timer to check if he can fire. So like as an example, from Tesla fire 100 bullets per second, no matter what physics if the game is running at. Your bullet hertz is 100, bullet time is 1 over bullet hertz. So bullet hertz should be fire rate. Bullet time is then 1 over the fire rate, and the delta sum is just counting up the deltas. If delta sum is greater than bullet time, remainder is fire and bullets. Okay. I don't fully understand what's going on here, if I'm honest. But the remainder, the F mods. What is F mods? Godot. We say F mods. F mods. And I check the definition. It is a floating point remainder. So it's a floating point remainder of x divided by y, keeping the sign of x. Okay, so it's modulating, actually. Modulator. For integers, the remainder operator is the... Yes, okay. So it's just the remainder for floating points. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the gun. We have a fire rate. We have a fire rate. That means we have a max fire rate which we get from the user. We have our bullet time, our fire time. I'm guessing. Fire. No. fire time, which will be a float as well. And let's just say our fire time is 1 divided by our fire rate. I don't really know why I want to add up the deltas though. I don't know what the purpose is of adding deltas together. Um okay, okay. Um what is the point of adding a delta in physics? That's completely spelled wrong. Physics. So what's the practical function of multiplying velocity by delta in physics versus relative scaling speed? Nope. Setting delta. There we go. Delta time parameter is a frequently misunderstood concept in game development. In this tutorial, we'll explain how to use it, the importance of frame rate, independent movement, and practical examples of its use in Godot. To illustrate this problem, let's consider a sprite node moving across the screen. If our screen is 600 pixels wide and we want the sprite to take 5 seconds to cross the screen, we can use the following calculation to find the necessary speed. Again, it's 120 pixels per second. We can move the sprite every frame using the process function. If the game is running at 60 frames per second, we can find the per frame movement like so. We need 2 pixels per frame. Okay. Let's go to see the sprite takes 5 seconds to cross the screen. Baby. Trouble begins if there is something else occupying the computer's time. This is called lag and can come from a variety of sources. My god. They just read. Okay. Come from a variety of sources. The cause could be your code or even other applications running on your computer. If this happens, then the length of a frame might decrease. As an extreme example, imagine that the frame rate is halved. Each frame took 30 instead of took 1/30th instead of 1/60th of a second. Moving at 2 pixels per frame, it's now going to take twice as long for the sprite to reach the edge. Even small frame rate fluctuations will result in inconsistent movement speeds. If this were a bullet or a fast moving object, we wouldn't want it slowing down. We need to move the movement frame to be independent of the frame rate. It all includes a parameter delta that passed from the engine used with physics related code. Okay, this is a floating point value representing the length of time. Excuse me. Representing the length of time since the previous frame. Typically, this will be approximately 1/60th of a second. With this information, we can stop thinking about how much to move each frame and only consider our desired speed in pixels per second. Multiplying the engine's delta value by this number will give us how many pixels to move each frame. The number will automatically adjust if the frame time fluctuates. Okay, I understand this, right? I understand all of this, but I don't see what the use case is for what's the use case for um, adding up the deltas. Yeah, we don't need the VOD. I am stuck. I am a bit stumped. I am a bit stumped. Go. Fire gun. Firing bullets. Rapid fire gun. Let's see what he makes, right? Right, I still have no sound, no audio. Actually got the 4. This is ridiculous, dude. Holy shit. This is so hard to follow for me. What the hell? It looks cool, right, what he's doing, but what the hell? I clearly am not experienced enough yet with Godot to follow this tutorial along. This code also looks very clean in comparison to what we've written so far. Okay. How to tackle this, dude? How to tackle this? I'm actually stumped, you know? I'm actually stumped. I don't know what to do. I think if I trust you also needs. Is it? What's raycast? Raycasting Godot. Well, the most common task in game development is casting a custom shaped object and checking what it hits. This enables complex behaviors, AI, etc. to take place. In this tutorial, we'll explain how to do this to the 3D. Goes with a low level game information in servers. On the scene is only a frontend. The raycasting is generally a lower level task. For simple raycasts, they will work and they will return every frame what the result is of the raycast. Okay, so our bullet will need some raycasting, I guess. Many times though, raycasting needs to be more interactive. Needs to be a more interactive process. In a physics world, Godot stores all the low-level collision and physics information in a space. The current 2D space can be obtained by accessing the canvas item to get world 2D.space. Resulting space RID. What is RID? Resource unique identifier. Okay. So the resulting space resource unique identifier can be used in a physics server. Okay. Accessing the space. The breakcast query, for example. 2D breakcast query. So he sends a raycast. Mm-hmm. A raycast has been added. Hey there. Ironic. It's not so bad. What do you mean it's not so bad? The code's written, or because honestly, if you've been following the stream a bit, I think it's clear to see that I have no clue what I'm doing at this point. First project in game development ever. Um, Coding a gun is not so bad, okay? if you have more experience than me, feel free to walk me through it because I am stuck, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. Um, to implement bullets. Put the timer on the gun. Just create a new scene. Right. Machine gun. Okay. If I open up the machine gun, you say let's put a timer node in here. Let's do this. Okay. I also want to add the gun script to the machine gun. That's my fire rate. Yes. Fire rate. Okay. So I don't need the fire rate stuff in here probably then. If the timer is stopped and an input makes a bullet or a raycast happen. Okay. If the timer is stopped, then an input makes a bullet or a raycast happen. This means that if we go to node, I'm guessing on a timeout, we spawn a raycast or a bullet then. Or a bullet. Okay. Um, Spectre. Wait time is 1 second. Okay. So the wait time of the fire of the gun is, let's just say 0.2. That's a fire rate, 0.2. So every yes, okay. Um, and when the gun is ready, fire rate dot start the timer. But this doesn't need to happen only on ready, right? This needs to happen every time. So I think this needs to become physics process. Yes, but I want the gun to shoot automatically. The user or the player should not have to hold down anything, any button or anything to shoot automatically. So in here, we restart our timer. And we put this on auto start and then it will just automatically fire a bullet, right? A true automatic gun. Yes. And then I don't need this, I'm guessing. But we still have to fire a bullet. Um, bullet dots. No. We instantiated bullet. Bullet equals bullet new, which is a bullet, and then we want the bullet to I'm thinking maybe the bullet itself. Should the bullet be a raycast itself, or is it okay to keep this as a character body since it has to move? Yeah, I would be able to. Could just be an area, really. But how can you move areas? Okay, it doesn't have to be a character body to move. Okay, so the gun here. How do I swap this out? Um, area to D. Let's just put. Does this need? There's no shape. Okay. Put it under here. Right click and then change type. Thank you. Thank you. Oh god. Area to D. Okay. And then hello my friend. Welcome to the stream. It's not going great as you may see. It's a struggle. Let's just keep it at that. But luckily this friendly gentleman, moronic, is helping me out a bit because it is definitely needed right now. Okay, but the bullet is an area, and we need to determine the direction the bullet needs to go in, and then change or actually move the bullet, detect when an enemy is hit, and then deal damage to that enemy and Q free or free Q the bullet itself. Yes, you can merge your PR. I reviewed it, looked fine at first sight. Didn't see anything wrong with it, so. Okay. The bullet extends an area to D. Is a bullet. It deals damage. There's no music. So usually you just tell the bullet to change their position. But but how can I make them fly across the screen then? Because I would like to in later stage, of course, actually see the bullet fly. I just don't want it to jump to the enemy and then hit. I want to see the bullet move until it hits the enemy, and then if the enemy dies, we free Q it, and if the bullet is also consumed at that point. This physics process goes every frame, so you move it a little bit each time. Right. Bug physics process in which we will update our position each time. But for that, we need the position of the enemy. Yeah, I know. I've also used physics process to determine or to make the AI move towards the player. But I'm just wrapping my head around how I can determine the target. Because I need the target of the closest enemy to start firing. This is not the correct method for it, but I'm just going to make it a small list for myself. So, determine the position of the closest enemy. Um, calculate difference in position between bullet and enemy. Make the bullets travel in the direction of the enemy. Yes, it's really an automatic gun, I know. But it's only for the machine gun. The I don't know if you were here at the start, but I'll quickly show what we have. So the don't look at the art, by the way. The art is very scuffed. We know. It's just placeholder art until we actually do some art. But what I want to happen now is I basically need to dodge the enemies, and when I start moving, new enemies will be spawning, and I basically need to dodge the enemies, and the gun will be automatically firing towards the closest enemy on the correct side. So I know the arrow is pointing to the right, but if I were to move left towards the enemies, I should be shooting left. And if I'm moving right, I should be shooting right. That's what I'm trying to achieve. And yes, it's supposed to shoot at the closest enemy on the correct side of the screen. Yes, they are homing bullets. The machine gun bullet is a homing bullet, and my goal is to implement the machine gun bullet at this point. Other bullets may not be homing, but that's an issue for later. Right now they are homing, to just keep it as simple as possible. Each build should probably find the closest enemy in ready when it spawns. Okay. So determine the position of the closest enemy. That's a good shot. It should determine the position when it spawns. Well, if you start the train, they will become a group, but it's meant that they spawn all individually. And when you move, but spawning is not yet implemented. But when you move through the field, new enemies will pop up around you. So they should not be grouped, but for now they are because we aren't spawning new enemies in. But when you're going to the right, I think a small group will be to the left of you, and new enemies will be spawning around you on the right side of the screen. Oh, are they in a Godot group? Yes, they are in the node enemies, in which all small enemies are. Almost enemy group is can I do something like get root, get parent. I want to get the root. I want to get the game node or okay. Get tree dot group, and the group is enemies. Okay. 4. Only go. G scripts. Okay. For n in our enemy in our enemy group. It's based on their position. Enemy dot. They should have a position, right? This means I actually need to determine the distance between 2 points, and the distance between 2 points is it's the square root of x2 minus x1 squared okay. Good to know. Distance 2. Distance 2. I want to open up the docs. Distance 2. Remove overview. Distance 2. Okay. So if our positions distance to our target, dot distance to the enemy, and we want our smallest distance, and we set this on the integer int max. I have to specify max int in okay, I'll just click copy paste this then. So if our distance is smaller than our smallest distance, then we update our smallest distance with our distance to this enemy. And we also need the we also need, and that's in here, our closest enemy. And we update our closest enemy to enemy. And it should be vector 2 bits and node. Okay, enemy the position. The position. Okay. Apparently this is not a const. It's rather. Yeah, afterwards print. I want to print the closest enemy is position. You get started on the spawner, that's good. That's good. You do that one. Okay. So the bullet is a homing bullet, and we have calculated the closest enemy's position. Now the bullet needs to move towards that position. So that means our velocity that our position should increase direction is the closest enemy dot position minus our position, and we normalized. Okay. But it also has a travel speed, export travel speed, which is an integer, and then we say this is times our travel speed. And then we add our direction to our current position, I think. So position plus equals direction times data. Does this make sense? To me, it kind of makes sense. So also, moronic, I have another question. I've seen many people do this where they export a max damage, for example, in this case, max damage variable, and then create another variable beneath it of just damage, and on the onReady function, they put the value of the max damage one into the normal damage one. Is there a reason why we can't just use the value from the exported variable itself, like I'm basically doing with travel speed? Or should travel speed also get a shadow field underneath it, and then we use the shadow field instead of the exported variable? I can use the export, okay? Because I seen some people do this online, but I didn't understand why they wouldn't just use these variables. Export range, okay. Export, okay. Range. In Godot. Numbers can be export. This means the value gets saved along with the resource. Export groups. Export range. Okay. So that basically sets boundaries, right? The export range. It has to be between 0 and 20. Which may be good for us. So we determine the minimum maximum boundaries, and then we have to choose a value between the ranges. Okay. Then I'm gonna just rename this to damage and get rid of the damage variable. Is piercing. Okay. And then this thing can also be deleted. Is this the correct way to move the bullet then? Since it's an area we don't need, or we don't have velocity, but we can still update its position. So I think this should be correct, or am I too naive in thinking this would work? Looks okay. Okay, good. We'll have to think about the ranges. So for now, I'm just going to simply export it, but yeah, we'll have to think about the ranges, then we can add these ranges in. That's it, dude. It's 5 of me completed, dude. I now have a bullet that travels to the nearest enemy, and the gun itself just, or maybe it should work because it just instantiates a bullet. You know what? Let's just see. Nope. I don't see any bullets popping up on screen. Okay, I don't see any bullets popping up, so it's not working yet. Now your gun just needs to instantiate them. Yeah, maybe this is not the correct way to instantiate the. No, no, it's not, because I'm instantiating a bullet class, but I don't need a bullet. I need a scene. I need to instantiate the scene, not a class. Yeah, I'm loading the class exactly. So in here. How to actually instantiate class. How to instantiate edits. About it, what about it? Something like load. It's under scene bullets. Machine gun bullets. Okay. Dot instantiate instantiate. I am butchering this so hard. I think. Mm. Yes. Bilbo, maybe before starting to work on the spawning, something went wrong with the hitbox stuff again. So maybe take a look at that first, if you could. Thank you. You should probably preload that with an on ready too. So on ready var bullet, and this I need to preload the bullet scene, right? And then bullets instantiate. Yeah. Load the bullets. I have to load it. Of course, I have to load the gun. Yeah, of course, of course. Maybe I'll make a reference to it because the spaceship needs a gun. This machine gun is preload. Okay, and the machine gun should just start because now it's linked to this. should be under here. Okay. So now it has a machine gun. I don't think I need this. Um. Okay, no. Okay, let's quickly have a look. Machine gun has the gun property in there. I have a gun script in there. Do I need to add? Do I need to change something in the timer properties? I need to add the bullet instance to the scene. Okay. Bullets. No. Let's see. Get 3. How to add a scene to another scene. Yeah, root dot add my child. Okay. Root dot add child, and child is the bullet scene. Okay. No, not found. Disable hitbox timer. Okay. That means. What does that mean? That our timer is not. That it cannot find our. No, it's not in our script. It's the hitbox component. The hitbox component also needs a timer, but the hitbox component has a timer inside it already. You know what? The bullet for now, it doesn't need a hitbox component. I just want to see it on screen. Let's go. Invalid position, invalid get index position on base nil. Oops. Invalid. Was the error? Invalid get index position. Position Godot. So instance basically means that the variable you're using is a null value. Usually the bringing it from Godot, trying to add this line into your code to see if the variable is actually null. He's also loading a bullet. That's funny. Okay. Let's put this in comments very quickly and just print the. Well, let's see. Okay. And if we now jump to gun game, it's not adding. Of course, it's not adding the game. It is creating area to these, but it's also that's the other error. It's not finding the closest enemy. Okay. Okay. It's not finding the closest enemies, so it's because this never gets printed out. Print enemy group. So we know that this exists. We don't really want to add this. Let's clear the console and this crashes. This is empty. Enemies is empty. Why is enemies empty? I mean, is this a group? This is just a node, right? It's not the right sort of group, probably. Yeah. Go to enemy. Okay. Which the movement script, the enemy script. Small enemy. The scene. Okay. Godot. Okay. Entity edit reviewer. I'm guessing this. You're not making any sense, dude. Just go to the enemy scene and add it there. Okay. I am at the enemy and then node groups. Okay. Enemies. Add this group. And then I want to add you to the enemies group. And then in the bullet script, we have to get rid of the capital. something showed up on screen, which is a start. Okay. So we know that he finds the stuff. Okay. We also have the closest enemy position, which is printed out here always. Oh, stop. Okay. So we know what the position of the closest enemy to us is. Now we just need to move the bullet. Go. Just go. Um, because our travel speed is 0, that's why it's not traveling. I get it now. Yes, 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 yes. Get rid of group. Yeah, I cannot get rid of group. Machine gun. Machine gun bullets. Why can't I add in the damage stuff? Because this is here. Okay, damage is 5. Travel speed is, let's say, 30. We'll just put it on 30 for now. Let's see. Oh my god! Okay. A few things, right? Our raycasting needs to point the other direction because it's pointing in the opposite direction of where they are going. The bullets are not spawning from me as well, which is an issue. But we have spawning bullets, dude. It's a start. It's a goddamn start. Okay. I want the position of the bullets to be the same as the position of the ship. Okay. Also, in the bullet, if this thing hits, okay. If with enemies, if we go to small enemy, okay, maybe not small enemy. Area entered. So now I want to detect if it hit an enemy, then we need to free queue this. But it seems to be the reverse, right? I don't want to know if something enter the bullet area, I want the bullet area to enter the enemy area, right? Hitbox on the bullet. Right. Hitbox. Let's add a hitbox component. Also, Bilbo, I think this should be like this, right? I think we should add a collision shape or reuse the same collision shape as the, because it seems a bit weird that we for every thing we need like 3 boxes, or maybe that's how it is supposed to work. But yeah, it already is a hitbox because it's an area. So maybe I just need to change this to hitbox then, and then we delete this node, and then we have a condition shape, we have a sprite and my raycast, and now entered, and the received area enters this area. Yeah, but it should be the other way around, in my opinion. The hurt box of the enemy, the hurt box of the enemy should know when it is hurt, right? On area entered. It receives a hitbox. Yes. And if we now area dot keyfree, what happens when we just do this? It'll probably this is definitely not working. Because the area is just the hitbox component and not the full yeah, not the full stuff, not the full scene. Okay. Let me think about this. So the bullet is a hitbox, and when the hitbox touches or reaches the hurt box of the enemy should take the damage that's inside of the hitbox, which I don't have to specify on this script anymore, but which should be on the hitbox component. So this deals 5 damage, but how can I then also add the bullet script? Oh my god. Let's collapse this and this. And then, okay, all the others I have to keep open. How would I combine these two? Because I need this traveling speed and the piercing to know if it's piercing and how fast the bullet is going, but the damage is already inside of the hitbox component. So how would I combine both scripts? Because I only can assign one script at a time. Extends? Nope. I have no clue. Reference to what components? The so in the bullet script, you want the reference to the hurt component. The hitbox component. Okay. Machine gun bullets. Hitbox. Okay. Then node. On area entered, we just keyframe. And then we this is so not right, dude. This is not right at all. Skips. Oh god, dude. What the hell? This is such a struggle. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to tackle this problem. Hurt box. Hoeveel hurts? If the enemy takes damage, it dies. Okay, so if the bullet, his hitbox gets triggered, if the hitbox gets triggered, machine gun bullets. Right, if it on area entered, if the hitbox gets entered, gets triggered, yeah, then we should be keep freeing. Okay, okay. The area should be a um class name enemy. Right. So if the area that enters is a hurt box, yeah, just type it to hurt box. Because the player also has a hurt box. Yeah. Okay. Um, if area area is in group enemies, then we can freak you. We can do damage. Area killed hurt. Let's just start with the machine gun bullet hitbox dot damage. Nope. Let's just fucking get rid of this for now, dude. Honestly, we'll do 5 damage and it hurt, and it expects. Why is it not? Okay, let's just put this in comments for now. Honestly, dude, it's not. Right, it's a signal. I alert dot mid with 5. Right. Thank you. It's a signal, it's not just a function. Okay. But this does not work. And it's already in the hurt box of the enemy. I don't fucking understand at this point, dude. What the hell is happening? I don't understand how this is linked with one another at this point. This hitbox stuff, I need to do more research about it because this is so fucking confusing to me. Yes, so the enemy, okay, so the enemy's hurt box, but the enemy's hurt box is not admitting that it got hit. It's just taking damage, right? So if we look at the hurt box component, when it's entered, it admits that it's damaged. When something enters, when another area enters this area, it admits that it gets hurt. Okay. Yes. Okay. When it gets hit by a hitbox, it emits the damage of the hitbox. Yes, okay. But then, because I have to put in here the, since it's a hitbox, I have to put in the hitbox stuff, right? And then I can take damage. But now, how the hell do I add my gun script? Let's get rid of this. Where it actually moves and calculates the position it needs to go to. How do I add this also to the hitbox? Because right now I can only set damage to it and I cannot move it, I cannot calculate the position, I cannot let it know if it's piercing or not. What else should I use? That's the thing I'm saying, dude. It feels so wrong that I need to specify the parent as an area which needs a collision shape, and then I need to specify a separate hitbox that needs its own collision shape. And then if I create an entity that has a hitbox and a hurt box and is an area, then I need 3 collision shapes for that are basically the exact same. Or in 99% of the cases, these 3 will just be the exact same. So I think something's not correctly implemented, that we need to constantly be adding and adding and adding collision shapes, because it's 99% of the time always the same collision shape. I think we should have the opportunity or the option to only use one collision shape when we need it, and then when we actually want specific areas to be a hurt box or a hit box, then we can create a child node with a collision shape. That's how I see it, but I don't know if it's naive to think this way. I'm eagerly awaiting your answer because clearly my mate and I bullets extend hitbox. Okay, that's also that's honestly hitbox component. Okay, and then you might be onto something here. You know, I add this. Okay, but I still cannot set the. Oh, I can set the damage. Oh my god, I can set the damage now. Okay. Crazy idea, but it's not actually work. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay. And so I still need to get rid of the sprite. Yeah. But this thing has no ready function. Um these superclasses doesn't have a ready function. Okay, so then I don't need it. Okay. Okay. And so the issue still remains how I only need to know when I entered hitbox. Okay. How to override a method. Overriding functions. 30 to specify a certain something above it. Node. When on area entered, I just I guess. But I think this will now conflict with myself, yeah. And with each other. Okay, so now they are just conflicting with all of them. So the hurt box needs to queue free if the hitbox is bullet. Yes. Well, the bullet needs a Q3 if this area is an enemy. Is the hitbox is the hurt box of an enemy. When the hurt box of an enemy gets hit, then this bullet needs to Q3. But only when it's the hurt box of an enemy and not of myself or not another area of anything else. So we want if the hurt if the area that gets entered if he enters a hurt box. So now he should not the hurt box script. Yes, of course. That's the full hurt box script. If area is bullet, then key free it. But if I queue free on the area, I only queue free the area 2D, right? And not the whole. Because bullet is the area now. Okay. So in the on area entered, he needs to emit, and then I need to check if area dot is class, but I don't is class bullet, I guess, because that now extends the hitbox component. So if area is of class bullet, then we area dot q3. Yeah, and then in my bullet script, we don't need this. They do not get queued or get removed from the screen. They are not attacking each other anymore, at least. I think we first need to fix these errors because it's clearly not happy with what we're doing. Should be something so easy, right? I just want bullets to appear on the screen. And when they hit the enemy, the bullets have to get off the screen again. I don't even care about the damage they do at this point. They just should appear and disappear on and off the screen. Why is this so goddamn hard, dude? Most of these errors are because of adding types in the method parameter. Yes, okay, but this area needs to be a hitbox component. It cannot be anything else because otherwise this will crash. So we need to find a way to only target these hitbox components and not all areas because it's not needed, right? Snare and masks, yes. I also saw some videos about that, but I don't. You labeled some layers already, right? If I just open up the hitbox component. Layer 1 is. No, you set the layer and mask to layer 3, but the. Shouldn't the layer and the mask be separate values? So we need to edit these names, dude. Okay. 2D physics. Layer 1. Layer 1. If the layer and the mask are the same, then the hitbox will get hit by hitboxes and hurtboxes will get hit by hurtboxes. See? That's what I thought. Hurtbox should mask for hitboxes and vice versa. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, that you added some, but you only named the rendering layers, not the physics layers. And guessing collision is physics based. Okay. So for rendering, you have the world, the player, the enemy, and the loot. Okay. Then for physics, yes, but dude, there's a difference between the render layers and the physics layers. The render layers have names, but the physics layers do not have names yet. There's a difference between the two. So layer 1, we can always change this, right? But layer 1 is the hurt box. Hurt box, and layer 2 is the hit box. And so I am now in the hurt box. It should mask for the hitbox, and it is a hurt box. And vice versa, the hitbox is a hitbox and should mask for hurt boxes. That should do the trick, I'm guessing, right? Let's clear this and let's retry. Okay, and stop. Nope. We still have the same errors. Okay. This is the full error. I'll be right back. I have to quickly dip out for a second. Right. So I don't need to check for hitboxes anymore. Okay, so this becomes an area 2D again. And then I get a lot less errors, which is good. But now invalid get index damage on area 2D. It still is finding hurt boxes when we needed to find hitboxes. Why? Why is it still finding hurt and hitboxes, dude? Hurt box on the enemy. Okay. The enemy. The hurt box. This is under collision, but this is these masks, collision masks, are they should not be on 3 and 3, but are these the okay, no, these are the physical masks. Okay. The hurt box is 1 and mask for 2, leave out 3. And vice versa, right? Okay. So it is a hitbox, which is 2 and it masks for 1. Okay. True, they need to surround each other. True. Okay. They need to not somehow not hit each other. Because they'll just be doing damage to themselves. Hi, Lisa. Does the enemy script have a reference to them? The AI movement. This is the AI movement script. So we have our velocity because we want to move them towards the player. And then when he takes damage, if his health drops below 0, we just give freedom. I'm good, thank you. How are you, Lisa? Okay. So what you're saying is we if the area is the group is in group enemies, and we do not want this to be in enemies, right? Okay, and now it's tripping over our spaceship because this probably is also not correctly set up. This is our hurt box, and so it should mask for. Okay, let's redo this. Okay, this seems better, but still getting. This is on the gun itself. Okay. So on the gun, the machine gun. I am very much struggling in the depths of Godot this session. Dude, I was saying yesterday that it feels really smooth. The developing experience in Godot has felt really smooth up until yesterday, and today I'm in the depths, dude. This is ridiculous. Thank you, Lisa, for liking the stream. Hope you enjoy yourself. Delete that line. Which line? In which script? Ironic. Which line should I be deleting? Thank you, Lisa, for thinking I'm the best. I'm guessing. Those are some really kind words. Thank you very much. In the hitbox component, on line 6. No, not found. The timer. Why is the timer of the gun conflicting with the timer of the hitbox component? Disable hitbox timer, and my gun is also. Why are they messing each other up? Why? Ugh. Are you a software developer, Lisa? What are you working on? Do you have some other projects? Do you have some side projects that you're working on? Are you perhaps a game developer? Was it the web dev? I was a bit confused last stream, to be honest. I didn't know if it was web dev or no. Yeah, it was web dev, but you didn't tell us the stack you were working in. Which technologies are you working with? And please, for the love of God, don't say Java. I've already got one guy, and he's in chat right now, working with Java. Please, please, please. When you're working on web, please don't say Java. Just don't say Java in general. But no, Java doesn't reign supreme. JavaScript does, dude. I know you don't work on web. I just meant in general. Please don't say Java. JavaScript for the win, my guy. Absolutely. JavaScript for the win. Okay. Just nerds all around you. Put some respect on the name. Um, I am lost in the sauce, dude. I'm actually lost in the sauce. I'm just looking at the code at this point. Um, what's wrong? What isn't wrong, dude? No, I don't know why the timer, because something goes wrong in my online aids, right? So adding the bullets, and then we get to the hitbox component. Yeah, it's a null pointer, but no, not found. Okay, so the bullets still need to disappear off screen, but the enemies should also start to disappear because the bullets have a damage of 5. So both bullets and enemies should really start to disappear. Also, okay, I'm not convinced that pathfinding is fully correct of the bullets. Well, it looks kind of correct because this is the closest node to that point. And if we move, then the closest node will be pretty much straight down, which would be this one. Okay, so I guess the pathfinding works. Um, 1 every 2 seconds. This should... See, this is what I find weird. It just... You know... Yeah, whatever. I think it's locked in. Yeah, it's a homing bullet that's locked in. Okay, that's fine. It... I was about to say, it didn't really err. But, so unless every hitbox has a timer, a disable hitbox timer node. But the thing is, it should have a disable hitbox. Every hitbox should have this node because it's part of the hitbox component. So I just don't understand why it's not though. And I'm sure that this needs to happen here. The machine gun bullet, right? When this enters, it should just freak you. On area entered, it should Q free. Because I think it's the task of the bullet to freak you itself. There we go! Okay, dude, hell yeah. Nice. So the bullet freaks itself now. Yes, now the bullets need to spawn from me. Okay. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. That means that I think this can just go, right? Quickly check this. Maybe it can't. Nope. This okay. Hey, why? So by adding this, okay, this is very strange to me. Why does this check prevent it from crashing? Why do I need to queue free twice? You think it's gonna be fun? I think it's gonna be hell, dude. So I'm saying when something enters the bullet's hitbox, it should despawn. Right. Also here, maybe we have to specify the collision because this is a hitbox. Okay, so they actually light up now, but it's oh, it fails though, but it actually killed an enemy. What the fuck? Okay, that's so fucking cool, dude. Holy shit, that's so cool. That's so cool. Okay. The error. Previously freed. Previously freed. I find this. Okay. Is this? Okay. Invalid get index global position on base previously freed. This happens because you're literally destroying the player node and you still try to access its global position later. Accessing a destroyed node will cause your game to stop working. Right, yes, indeed. The bullet needs to find a new closest enemy. So maybe if I just put this in here for if and then we say our enemy group what does this return? This returns an array of nodes. Okay. So enemy group is an array of nodes. And then we fill this up. Smallest distance. I want to make this not a constant. Nope. That's okay. Okay, so let's see. 8. Okay, so the closest one is the top one. So now the bullets might even start. Okay. It still happens because the bullet is already spawned when the other node dies. I think it's because we are in the loop probably, and we try to calculate the position of an enemy that's just been killed. So it's out of the group, but we're still working with it in the loop. How to update this list? If enemy killed freed, no, is freed, is queued for deletion maybe? Continue. I think they should do it, right? And then this could be nice. But then we just need if. Okay, we just don't do an else then. It's just if and elif. Okay. Let's see. The thing is, I think it dynamically updates the path now. Yep. Okay. One more and get call method is queued for deletion in a previously freed instance, of course. Oh. Well, I still need this if statement. Yeah, maybe I can just do it like this. That's also an option, I guess. But this is still not. Is instance valid? Nope, doesn't exist. This instance valid. How to update this list, dude? Accepts an enemy. Is instance valid? So if the instance is a valid object, it has not been deleted from memory. So if it's not an instance, or is it valid objects? 1, 2, 3, 4. It works. Okay, I just saw that a bullet sometimes hits 2 enemies at once, which is also not good because it should not. You see, it hit 4 enemies at the same time there. It should not hit 4 enemies at the same time. Because then it would be piercing, and we don't want every bullet to be piercing. We want certain type of bullets to be piercing, and this should not be piercing. But I have not implemented anything yet to deal with piercing or not so. Let's see, right? I think. Yes, I also consume bullets though, which is not good. As you can see, I also consume bullets, which is not good. Meaning I probably can get killed by my own bullets, right? By the way, about your stuff, that it doesn't check for the newly spawning enemies. I think you just have to spawn the enemies in the group of enemies and then it'll be fine. Yeah, now it's just attacking me. I think I'll die if this continues. No, it doesn't get the group once and ready. It gets the group every single time. As you can see, it... Or I can... You're right. You're right, you're right. But maybe I can update... Maybe we can update the group in here as well then. Just fetch it once and ready, and then fetch it every time in the physics process. But also, this just returns an array, right? This returns an array. And since array are reference types, it doesn't matter, right? You can still add to the array, and the array will grow without prefetching the array since you have a reference to it. So I think it should be fine if you just add to the array. If you keep adding to the same array every time, I think this should be fine. That's how Java does it, dude. That's how Java does it. So, right. So I need to check now in the if area is in group. Let me think. Are you sure though? Normally, if you make two variables point to the same reference, so list2 and list2 points to list1 and list1 just contains a reference to the actual list. Normally, if you that's the issue with pass by reference versus the other type of reference. I forgot which one it was. Normally, if they both point to the same reference, updating either one will update the other one as well. Because if you pass array lists and to other methods and if you pass array lists to other methods and you manipulate the array list in that other method, since you use a pass by value, the original list is still updated, even though you manipulated the variable or the parameter and not the original list. Yeah, whatever, by the way, why are we discussing theoretical concepts of Java? We just have to try and see if it works. And then we'll know if it works or not. So, because Java is love. No, Java is not love, dude. JavaScript is love. Right. The issue we were trying to solve was that the ship does not need to get hit by the bullets, or it doesn't. I don't want the ship to get hit by the bullets. If you're gonna wait till I'm merged in, you might have to wait a few more days because I'm far from being done at this point, dude. Okay, so we'll add spaceship to to a new group. The player group, right? It's a player. And then but we can't just say that if it's the player group, if it's in the player group, we have to skip this because the hurt box still needs to work for the enemies to do damage onto the ship. So this is not work. This doesn't work. Unless we put the hurt box of the player on a separate layer, and then the hitbox of the bullets only points to the hurt box of the enemy, and the hitbox of the enemy points to the hurt box of the player. My gun script is nothing, dude. Where the bullet script. I think we have to do it with the masking, the layers and the masking, dude. I think if we put our spaceship, right? If we put our spaceships, where is it? Collision. Its hurt box should be is 3. It's the hurt box of the player, and it looks for the hitbox, and then the bullet should now not be, because it's only looking for 1, and then the enemy should be looking for 1 and 3. I think not even 1. I think it should be looking for 3, right? Okay, though. Thank you for joining in. I probably will stream for about half an hour or so, and then around 1 I'll probably have to go as well. So thank you for joining the stream. And now, if we pull the enemies away, and then we zoom past them to the bullets. If I actually hit one, okay, no, I still get hit. The bullets still hit me. Okay. The doesn't need to me. I keep missing them, dude. What a gamer. That's such a gamer, dude. Okay. Okay, no, they still are hitting me. For now, I'm also going to get rid of the raycast because I need to look into how we actually do this. Okay. How to specify that it doesn't need to check for the hurt box of the enemy from the ship if it's the bullet. And I'll just rename this to hitbox menu as well. No, because the player doesn't have a hitbox. This is the hitbox of the bullets. Okay. Hitbox of the bullets, and so the bullets now looking at the scene of the bullets, the machine gun bullets. We want this to be. So this is the hitbox, but it's not the hitbox of the enemy. We want the hitbox of the bullet to target the hurtbox of the enemy. Okay. This should target this one. Then the enemy itself. So the enemy itself, this is the hitbox of the enemy is hurt by, or hurts the hurt box of the player. Yes, and the hurt box, this is the hurt box is damaged by the hitbox of the bullet. Okay. I still get hit. Okay, damn it, dude. I don't understand why they're also just color. What does it mean that they're changing color? What does it mean if they're changing colors? Let's just quickly say this deals by the way. Relaunch, because now they should die on impact. So it takes 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes 5 bullets, which is not supposed to happen because the small enemy has a health box of 25. Okay, so he has a max health of 25. So I want the bullet to deal 30 damage, destroying it in one go. But this clearly is not working because it's getting 5. It's receiving 5 damage. It's receiving 5 damage and it's not receiving 30 damage. So the damage numbers are not passed along correctly yet. I'm gonna write some things down. We're getting to the end of the stream. I have to go afterwards, and otherwise I'm gonna forget. So, right, let's write things down. So the bullet damage is not correctly passed along. The bullet hits multiple targets without implementing any piercing. Yes. the bullet damages the layer, which is also not good. Fix. What else is there to do? To fix and to do. Of course, we still have to implement the laser gun and implement the laser bullet. Add ray tracing to the bullets because we'll need that. Add ray tracing to the bullets. Was there anything else? I'm thinking. I don't think so, right? I think this is everything we needed. So fix the bullet does not correctly pass along the damage. The bullet hits multiple targets without implementing piercing. Implementing piercing itself still needs to happen. Implement piercing bullets on the bullet damages the player. Introduce laser gun. Oh, excuse me. Laser gun, laser bullet. Ray tracing to the bullets, and then the piercing bullets. Okay. For now, I think that's a list. It's a good or correct list. I think yeah, that's good. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm losing my train of thought here, so I think I'm just going to wrap up here. We've made some decent progress, although I was completely in the bin. I will be honest. Thank you so much to Ironic Moronic because you helped me out so much, dude. So thank you very much for helping. It's really appreciated. Thank you, Lisa, for joining the stream, just chatting, interacting, being present. It's really appreciated. Thank you, Bilbo, my partner in crime on this project as well, for just thinking with me, helping me along. I want to do some more research. That's for sure. This is still learning. I'm still learning everything about Godot, really. As I've said, we started 2 days ago, and this is the first ever project that we're doing. So we're gonna make lots of mistakes. We're gonna be frustrated quite a bit, I think. But the beauty of programming in general is finding the solution to these issues. So as you can see, I did find it very satisfying to actually see the bullets do damage to the enemy, and then the enemy and the bullet despawning. So there is great joy to be had here. Great frustration, but also great joy. So we'll definitely fix this up. Right, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those who watch the VODs afterwards. It's also really appreciated. Check out the YouTube channel. There are a few new shorts on there as well. If you missed the stream, you can also find the VODs on my YouTube channel. I'll soon be releasing some videos on there as well, some more educational content related with TypeScript. So if you're interested in that one, head on over to YouTube. I've also set up a Discord server. You can use the !YouTube, !Discord, !X to get the relevant links to all the social medias. it's still a work in progress. Certainly, the server needs still quite some work, but we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a work in progress. That's all I can say. Anyway, again, I'm rambling, I'm waffling. I need to learn when I just have to stop, which is right now. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.